guys for making time. If we start with Marvin from Karen Country Club. Marvin, thanks so much for hosting us. Can you tell us a little bit more about Karen's approach to squash and why you guys decided to have this tournament?
Sure. So very proud to be able to welcome the first Open, the Karen Open, to the Karen Country Club, and as recently appointed captain to the team here, we just kind of really wanted to use it to really kind of kickstart and trying to drive awareness from within the club, and I think it does a lot for Kenya, and I'm very, very pleased to welcome even the players here today from internationally, and it really helped to kind of drive the quality of squash being played. So we're very happy and proud to be hosting this event this week.
Yes, Marvin, how different of what are some of the changes to this year's tournament?
So for us, it's the first time that we're hosting such an event. So we're very much preparing by making awareness and driving a much greater from all the different clubs that are housed within Karen Country Club to come and support and show their support to see some really top quality international play.
When you speak about awareness, what do you mean?
So we've driven posters through the tournament teams. There's been a lots of kind of online and communication through the various WhatsApp groups. So we're really kind of very proud to be hosting this and trying to bring as many people in from both within the club and from outside.
Mm-hmm. Talk about the quality of the field that's going to be participating in the tournament.
The quality of the players, sorry?
Yes.
Yes. So I mean, we've got, as I mentioned, we're kind of joined by our top two seeds here to my sides, and I think it's for both some of the upper players within the Karen Country Club, and also for within the East Africa community, very much welcome the challenges that I'm sure these chaps will bring.
Mm-hmm. What does this particular tournament open up to after Karen Open?
Well, I mean, I'd like to be able to think, this is something we could repeat in the future. But this being our first one, I guess we're a bit nervous, and we just wanted to go as best as possible for all the players and all the audience. And I guess we can gauge it from there on. Thank you.
I've got a question for the tournament director, Asif.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell us a little bit more about the international players that have joined us and what it means for squash in Kenya?
Yeah, firstly I would like to thank Crown Paints for the sponsorship and Karen Club for giving us the opportunity to have this event. The players that have come, we have Ryan on the right there. He's our seat number one. He's well ranked. And on the left here I have Charles. Ryan is from Zimbabwe, but currently he's based in the UK. And Ryan is based in Birmingham. And then we also have players coming from Zambia and Uganda to come and compete with our top Kenyans. This is a great chance for the Kenyans to gauge themselves against foreign competition and also to gain PSA points. To participate in international events, you need to have PSA ranking points, and this satellite event provides the opportunity for the ones who are here as well to get some more points and to be able to compete in higher tournaments. The standard of the squash will be very high because I personally have seen both the seed 1 and 2 playing, as well as our Kenyan number 1 Muqtadir, who is seeded 3, and it will be fantastic squash for the Kenyans to come and watch both here at the club and online, thanks to StreamZone, who will be streaming these matches live every day.
How easy or how hard was it for you for the tournament to attract the top talents, the quality of the players that come?
Always it is very hard to get the top players to come, especially as far away as Kenya, coming from the UK. But it's good to have our our other players from East Africa and Central Africa to join in. But obviously, the main challenge is always the sponsorship and prize money available. We are very happy, thanks to Crown Paints, that we have managed to raise the prize money for a satellite event, both for the men and for the ladies. And this is, let's say, where we are starting from here in Kenya now. And hopefully we will look forward to hosting a challenger event, which is more money, and it gets a higher caliber of players to come. And we look forward to that in future events. But for now, we are very happy with Crown and Karen Country Club to give us the start with this event.
Can I ask a question for Calvin from Crown Paints? Thanks so much, Calvin, for making time. Question for you is your contribution to sports as Crown Paints. How involved is Crown getting in developing sports like squash? And do we foresee more engagement from Crown Paints in the sport of squash?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. At Crown Paints, we go beyond color. We are very heavily invested in driving excellence, innovation, and have a deep-rooted commitment to the communities that we serve. Squash is one of those things that kind of align with our brand values. We see potentials in terms of that community engagement, having young people from grassroots level going all the way up, putting Kenya on the map as well in terms of just showcasing that commitment and eagerness that we do have as a country. So yes, to answer your question, we are very much invested into squash, and we'll continue doing that as well. We have a deep history in this particular sport, and we are also involved in other sporting activities as well.
How significant is the sponsorship, and what does the history make you feel coming back again and sponsoring Karen Open?
Yeah, it's very significant for us. It's very important. Like you mentioned, sports it's part of our DNA, not just for the sport itself, but in terms of getting youth involvement. Getting sports brings people together. There's passion, there's creative, and as a lifestyle brand, we want to be involved in that, in the sense of just creating memories and great experiences for the community. So it is quite significant. It definitely is a bit of a niche sport, but we're trying to make it go more global, even within the local communities.
I have a question for Charles from the UK. Charles, welcome to Kenya.
Thank you.
How's your preparations for this tournament, and how's your 2025 been so far in terms of squash?
Yeah, my 2025 has been pretty good. I've been able to do a couple of tournaments around Europe and England as well. A few weeks ago I was in Poland in the same level event, reached the semi-finals, so hopefully be able to one-up that this weekend.
When it comes to satellite tournaments, is the preparation different to, let's say, other regional tournaments like the Challenges or perhaps even club level tournaments? How do you feel going to a satellite tournament?
I prepare the same for every match, every important match. I've got to be really focused for it in the upcoming weeks as well. Training, I taper my training towards the matches. Obviously there's more pressure when you're seeded, and in the bigger tournaments there's also a bigger amount of pressure on you as well. So, but no, the preparation is the same.
What's the community support like where you're coming from in terms of getting you across overseas to come compete in Africa? What's the response been like amongst your friends and family who helped you get over here?
Yeah, it's been great. So my club in Birmingham, Edgbaston, they've helped me fund to get over here. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do that. So massive thank you to Edgbaston. They're all behind me. They're all wanting me to do well in the tournament and obviously experience Kenya and have a great time. So yeah, it's been great.
Just coming to the tournament in second seed, do you feel the pressure?
Yes, probably one of my highest seedings for a PSA event, so it was a bit of added pressure, but I try and look past that and just focus on my squash and my preparation.
Talk about your targets and what you want to achieve in this tournament.
Yeah, so I want to be able to play well, obviously, adapt well to the courts and the climate. It's obviously very different to England. Get practice hitting today. As long as I'm happy with my performance, I feel like I've given it a good go in every match. Hopefully, maybe even bring home a title, which would be good.
Yeah, there are 2 points that are at stake in this tournament. Is that one of the motivations for you?
Yes, massively. I mean, it'd be great to get a title under my belt, especially this would be my first one, and what a great place it would be to claim that title.
Talk about coming to this tournament. In what state are you mentally and physically?
Yeah, really good. I'm always trying to improve, so I'm feeling physically great. I tapered down my training, obviously train a lot out of season, in season, between tournaments. It's not quite the same as the top pros on the Challenger where they've got kind of back-to-back every week tournament, so I've had quite a tough kind of few weeks of training and then tapered off for this event, but I'm feeling good, yeah.
What kind of competition do you expect from especially the East Africans? They're playing at home.
Yeah, well, home crowd advantage, I'm sure. So, yeah, just keep my head down, focus on my squash, and that's all I can do, really.
I've got a question for Ryan. Ryan, you've come back again to Kenya. How does it feel coming back? You were here for the Kenya Open, and
Yes.
This time for PSA. How do you feel?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm really excited to be back again here in Kenya. Last time I came here, it was absolutely amazing. The venues, the people, the organizers. I remember last year I came second and lost in the final to one of the Kenyan guys. And overall, it was a good tournament. We played well and genuinely loved the tournament. And I'm happy to be back here again. The same tournament but at a different venue. And I'm really excited to see what I can give.
You're playing in the UK at the moment. You're playing out of the UK. How does the competition in the UK squash scene compare to what the rest of Africa is doing?
I feel like it's a matter of there is more competitions and as well as the prize money. Like most of the top players are based in Europe. That's where most of them are, and it's really competitive, and it's easier for people to really compete in the tournaments because there's prize money and the competition, the training especially. There's many professionals that are training together in like a camp, clubs, and it's just really competitive. Like every club, there's some good iconic players that are training constantly, and everyone can learn from each other. And unlike in Africa, we struggle a bit when it comes to in the competition that we need. It may be that sometimes we only play like 1 or 2 tournaments a year, which are very good, and we get exposure against the good guys. Whereas yeah, it's a bit different, but there's a lot to obviously learn from. I've experienced both sides, and I'm really learning a lot in the UK, and even coming back home here in Africa, I still learn and feel like there's lots to learn from and to improve. And yeah.
How did you prepare for the current Open?
I think I'm ready for this tournament. Last week I was playing a tournament in England. I lost round 2 to a guy from Holland, and week before I was playing in a satellite in Bristol. I lost in the semi-final to a guy 3-2, and I've been preparing very well. And previously in April I was in South Africa playing in the World Champs in the qualifiers, and I lost in the quarterfinals. But I've really been having a good season, and I'm ready for this tournament, and I'm in a learning process, so I'm ready.
Do your targets vary from child age as well in this tournament?
Yeah, no, I mean, the goal is to try and win this tournament, but at the same time, not to focus on winning, but focus on the processes that help me get there, and not being worried about the outcome. So I really want to focus on what I've been doing well in training, and the rest will just follow.
How would be a good result important to you?
How would be a good result important to you?
Yeah.
Playing the best squash, being present, being aware of what's going well, what's not going well, and if my opponent is better than me, then that's a fair play to them. And as long as I'm fit and I've given the best I have within me, to me it's still a win, because someone is better than me, and I have to accept and I have to go back and reassess, see how I can get better next time.
Coming back to Kenya, does this give you maybe mentally preparedness or age?
Please can you go again?
like coming back to Kenya, competing again in Kenya, does this give you a mental age, a familiarity of some sort? Do you go in feeling confident and like you're familiar with where you're competing in?
Yes, I'm not too confident and I'm not scared. I'm sort of in the middle because I've been here. It's a familiar place to me, and I think I'm in the right place and right state of mind. It's obviously important to be familiar with the place, the courts, the venues, and the high altitude. Being here early, so I think I've done enough to be here early and to just be familiar with the courts and everything else that's here.
Charles, can I just ask about breaking into that top 200 or top 300, your personal goal? How difficult is it for you to aim to break into the top 300 or top 250 in the world?
Yeah, tough ask for most people. It means a lot of tournaments, a lot of travelling, but also the level now, everyone's really, really high level. So everyone in the top 300, they're all trying to push for even higher, and everyone below the 300, they're all trying the same goal. So it is tough, but I mean, every tournament like this one, ones I've got planned in the future, they all help towards that goal.
When it comes to playing satellites, you are seated quite high up, but when it comes to other tournaments that you would have been in, is there less pressure being not sort of the star of the show, whereas you're going with the game plan compared to somebody who's seated second?
Yeah, 100%. There's always added pressure being a seeded player. I try not to think about it when I'm on court, try and really give myself a good warm-up in time to focus on what I'm going to do, to try and take that added pressure out and just focus on my match that I've got in front of me. Because people without not ranking the seeding, they can still be a great player. So no matter who you're up against, it's going to be a tough match, and you got to go in as strong as you can.
My last question for tournament director. Some of the challenges that we've faced bringing this tournament about, what would you say some of the key challenges that any promoter or organizer of a tournament like this would face to achieve or execute?
The main challenge is always the sponsorship and the venue. We are very lucky in this event that we have a good sponsor who came through very quickly, Crown Paints and Karen Country Club, which didn't have any problem with us hosting their event. So those are the main challenges. But there are other many challenges that come in once you start running or organizing the event, with players, entries, trying to make sure they all turn up from overseas, and even up to last night, one of my fellow tournament organizer, Ms. Chops, was busy with the draw because we had some late withdrawals. So there is always the unexpected in events like this. This being one of, my first event as a tournament director itself, it has been challenging, but I've had a great team, and I hope that we will deliver a very successful tournament, and which will lead to us being, again, being able to host, hopefully, Karen Open 2026, and Crown Paints will come in again, but that's to see by the end of the event. But again, I need to give a big thanks to the team that I have, and for all their hard work to put this event together, and I hope we will eventually be very successful. As well as the streaming, we need always help with volunteers to help us to run the day-to-day event. Yeah.
Just any last words from our title sponsor, Crown Paints? Any last words?
No, thanks, Karen. Thanks to the players and everyone involved in the organization of this event. We're really excited to see how it happens, and maybe just best of luck to the players.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I cannot change.